Hello students, in previous class we discussed about the combination of cells in series and parallel and how to find the current in a circuit which are involving cells and resistors. And let me discuss about the Kirchhoff laws. Kirchhoff laws. So before that, when we have more number of the conductors in a circuit, not only one, but when we have more number of the circuit. So at any point, if the number of conductors are meeting at a point, number of conductors are meeting at a point, and this point we call as a node. What do you mean by the node? Node is a point at which number of conductors are meeting. Point at which number of conductors are meeting. Number of conductors are meeting. Point at which the number of conductors are meeting is called what? Node, or even we can call it as a junction. Junction, is it? When you are taking a junction, what will happen? Across the junction, number of buses or number of vehicles are moving towards and away from the junction. So that point, what we call the place where a number of vehicles are moving, or crossing, or meeting. That point we call as a node or junction. Similar as when you are taking number of conductors, and these two conductors, current will be flowing through these conductors, and whatever may be the current flowing. So at this point they will be meeting or moving away from that junction. Whereas mesh or loop, mesh. What do you mean by mesh? Let me take here we have a cell, and here it is a resistor, and EMF E, and this is what, and from this one when current is flowing, I is the current flowing, I is the current flowing to this one. So what happens? The current, how much current is leaving? The same current will be entered at the other end of the cell. Okay. Now, and this circuit is a closed circuit. There is no open part. A closed circuit for which current is flowing is called mesh or loop. Mesh or loop. Closed path for the flow of current. Closed path to the flow of current. Flow of current is called mesh or loop. Based on this one, let us discuss Kirchhoff's laws and first law, Kirchhoff's first law, and this Kirchhoff's first law is also called as the junction rule or current rule. Junction or current rule or law. Current rule, junction rule or current rule, even we can call. So what does this represent? Let me take here, we have a number of conductors. This is one conductor, and it is another conductor. Let me take here one more conductor. Let us take P, Q, R, and S. Now, this is a point O, which is called junction or node. Let me take the current flowing through this P is I1, and current flowing through this Q is I2, and current flowing through this R is I3, and even the current flowing through this is I4. Now can you get, observe clearly that how many number of currents are moving towards this junction? The current flowing towards this junction, can you tell? I1 is towards junction, even I2 is towards junction, even I4 is also towards junction, but I3 is not above the away from the junction. So that we can write that the number of currents entering the junction, the total currents, the sum of the currents entering the junction is equal to the sum of the currents leaving the junction. Let me take one more conductor T. Now here the current is I. Or the algebraic sum of the currents is equal to at a point is equal to 0. According to the first law, Kirchhoff's first law, junction rule or current rule, we can write sum of currents entering the junction is equal to sum of currents entering is equal to sum of the currents leaving. Sum of currents leaving. Sum of the currents entering is equal to sum of the current leaving. Now tell me how many number of currents entering can tell? I1 is entering, I2 is entering, I4 is entering. Then what you can write? Sum of the currents entering I1 plus I2 plus and one more current which is not I3 but I4 is entering. Then I4 I1 plus I2 plus I4 that is equal to sum of the currents leaving. Which currents are leaving here? I5 is leaving and even I3 is leaving. So what you can write here? I3 plus I5. I3 plus I5. Therefore, sum of the currents entering is equal to the sum of the currents leaving. Now what is the consequence of this law? How is this law is applicable? How is this law applicable? Here you can see that when you have taken number of charges, number of persons are crossing to the junction. You can listen. Here one road, 4 roads are there. We have 4 roads at this junction. So let us say just 10 members are coming towards this junction, 5 members are coming towards this junction, and 2 members are coming towards this junction. Then how many members they move away from this junction? Look at this one, 10, 15 and 2, 17. 17 members are moving away from it. Sum of the members towards is equal to sum of the persons who are moving away. Is it? So the same as that one. Number of currents entering, sum of the currents entering is equal to sum of the currents leaving. So this is what first. Whereas second law is called voltage rule or loop rule. Loop rule. Voltage rule or loop rule. And moreover, remember here this law is based on conservation of the charge. What do you mean by the conservation of the charge? The total charge remains constant. Then it is based on law of conservation of charge. Law of conservation of charge. Law of conservation of charge. Based law of conservation of charge. Whereas voltage rule or loop rule. So when we have taken a mesh, so we need a closed loop or even anything. When let me take here, it is a cell of E1, EMF is E1 and having resistance R1 and it is connected to a resistor R2 and one more cell I have taken here having EMF is E2, negligible internal resistances and here one more resistor R3 is taken. Now how can we apply this voltage rule or loop? EMF is nothing but what we know, work done in moving a charge from one terminal to the another terminal of the cell or one point to the other point to move a charge across around the circuit. So EMF is nothing but around complete the circuit. Now in this case, let me take here A, B, C, D, E, F. F. Now A, B, C, D, E, F. A. Now we need to take the first, which is a source of the current. Cell is a source of current. When a circuit is closed, then the current flows. When the circuit is not closed, when it is open, current does not flow. But there is a potential difference on EMF. Now let me take here from this cell, current I1 is leaving. I1 is leaving from a cell. But how much current is leaving? The same current will be enters at the cell I1. Now whenever the current leaving from this cell at this point again, I1 is entering at this point, but you can observe that here two paths are. There is a probability to divide this current in two ways. Is it okay? And let me take here, if it is I2 around this one and the current flowing through this is I3. Now through this cell, what is current here? I3. Is it? So this is what just we have to do. But to find the potential difference across any closed loop, we need to know the sign conventions for the measuring potential difference. Sign conventions to measure potential difference. To measure potential difference around a closed loop. Sign conventions to measure the potential. So what are they? Before we discuss this voltage loop rule, let me discuss our sign convention. What are the sign conventions? When we have a resistor R, if you are measuring, this is the direction of the current in a resistor is from in this direction. But if you are measuring in the direction of measurement, direction of measurement. So this is what direction of measurement. Whereas this is what direction of current. Direction of flow of current. Now you can observe we are measuring the potential difference in between these 2 points. Let us take A and B. So when we are measuring the potential difference from A to B, is it okay? So what we are doing? But the direction of the current is also in the same direction. So that when we measure the potential differences, if the direction of the flow of current and direction of the measurement are in the same direction, then potential difference can be taken as dV2. Is it? If direction of current and direction of measurement are in same direction, then potential difference can be taken as negative. Potential difference. Not only for this one, VA minus IR, because we are measuring in the direction only. IR is equal to what? VB. Or VA minus VB is equal to what? IR. Similarly, if this is the direction of current I, resistance is R and A, and here it is B, but the current measurement is in the direction of opposite to the flow of current. Now, if the direction of the measurement is opposite to the direction of the flow of current, then the potential difference is taken as positive. So that VA is it plus, because of opposite direction. IR is equal to what? VB. So what do you know then? VB minus VA is equal to IR. But when we have a cell, when we are measuring for a cell, when you measure the potential difference for a cell, if you move from, if the direction of the measurement is, this is the direction of the measurement, and in that case if you move from EMF is E. Now when we are moving from positive to the negative, first when we get positive and there are negative, then EMF is minus. But first when you are moving in the path, this is what the direction of measurement. Now if you get first negative then positive, then EMF is what? Plus E. Okay? These things you need to understand clearly. First, for measurement of the potential difference for resistors, if the direction of the current and direction of flow of potential difference are in same direction, then we take it is negative. If it is of current and direction of measurement are in opposite direction, then we take it as a positive. For example, if it is a positive, when you move from positive to negative, EMF is negative. When you move from negative to positive, EMF is positive. And these sign conventions we need to know. Thereafter, we can measure the potential difference for any closed loop. Okay. Now let me discuss what is voltage rule or loop rule. According to voltage rule, the object sum of the changes in potentials around a closed loop, changes in potential across this one, potential difference across this one, potential across. Object sum of the changes in potential around a closed loop is equal to 0 involving cells and resistors. Okay, let me write here. The algebraic sum of the potentials around a closed loop, the object sum of the potentials around a closed loop involving cells and resistors, is 0. This is what is a very very important one. So what is the voltage rule or loop rule? According to the voltage rule or loop rule, the algebraic sum of the change in potential around a closed loop determines 0. Okay, then it is based on law of conservation of energy. Based on law of conservation of energy. Law of conservation of energy. It is based on what? Law of conservation of energy. So let me apply this voltage rule or loop rule to this closed loop. We need a closed loop, that you keep in mind. Is it? Here what do we have? A, B, C, F, A. Any loop we can take. There is no restriction. A, B, D, E, A. A, B, D, A. Or let me take anything. A, C, A, B, C, F, A. A, B, C, F, A. Now this is a closed loop. A, B, C, F, A, closed loop. Now value, what is the direction measurement from A to B, B to C, C to F, F to B. Now look at this one. When you move from A to B, first what do we have here? Here we have A cell. When we are moving from A to B, in that part, first part we have cell is there. For a cell, how do we take? What do we take for a cell? If you move from plus to minus, positive to negative, what is EMF? Negative. Now look at this one, A to B. First what terminal did you get? Plus, next negative. Then what is EMF now? E1. Minus E1 or plus E1? Minus E1. So then what do we have? Minus E1. Next, here we have a resistor. For this resistor, how to find potential difference? We are moving from A to B, but direction of the current is in opposite direction. Then how do we take the potential difference? Plus, then V is equal to IR, then I1 R1 plus. Now B to C there are no components. Again from C to F. In C to F also we are measuring from C to F. Direction of the current is from F to C. Then how do we take the sign convention? Plus. What is that one plus? I2 R2 plus I2 R2. Here nothing, no components are. That is equal to what? 0. Just to apply the voltage. Similar as you can take any loop. Let me take here A, B, D, E, A. A, B, C, D, E, F, A. Close loop. A, B, C, D, E, F, A. Now what do we get here again? From A to B first. Minus E1 because plus to minus. Next, this one what? Plus I1 R1. Why? Direction of the measurement and direction of current is in opposite direction. Next, B to C no components and C to D also no components. Then D to E again we have. From D to E when you have taken current is going from E to D, but we are measuring from D to A. Then this is in opposite direction. Then what is potential difference across that? Plus I3 R3. plus I3 R3. Now again you see that it is E2, EMF of this side is E2, but we are measuring from D to E. First what did we get here? Negative terminal, and here we got what? Positive terminal. Then what do we get here? Plus E. When we are moving from negative to positive, then you need to take here plus E2 is equal to what? 0. Is it like that? Any closed loop you can take and apply this voltage loop. Is it? And let me take one more. Even you can take one more thing. F C D E F. F C D E F. For FCDF, then when the current is flowing from F to C, direction of the measurement and direction of the current is also same. And here I2 current is flowing. I2 current is flowing. And direction of measurement same. Then what do you have here? Minus I2 R. Minus I2 R. Now from C to D, no component. Again from D to E. So what do you have D to E? Current direction is opposite. We are measuring from D to E. So that plus I3 R3. Now first we get a negative, next positive. Therefore plus E2 is equal to what? 0. E2 have no component. So this is what, how to apply the voltage rule or loop rule. Very important. You need to understand clearly. Is it? First junction rule and loop rule. What is junction rule and what is loop rule, and what are the sign conventions and how to apply this voltage rule. We need to understand clearly and apply. Then we can discuss the next part related to this one. Let us apply this voltage rule to find the current across the loop. Let us say if I1 is the current flowing from this cell, now the same current will be leaving here. Okay. Now what happens around that? I1 current is entering. Let us take here I2 current, and let me take here what is the remaining current? I1 is entering, I2 left. Then what is the remaining current here? I1 minus I2. Okay, so what is the direction? What is the current flowing to this resistor? I1 minus I2. Now let us try to find I1 and I2 values by using this Kirchhoff's laws. Let me take here A, B, C, D, E, F. Now you apply the loop rule for this one. A, B, C, F, A. For A, B, C, F, A, what do you have here? A to B. Minus 2, because this one plus 2 minus 2 is minus 2. Then B to C nothing is there, and C to F. What do you have? 2 I R1 T is equal to IR. Then 2 into I2. Opposite direction is what? Plus 2 I2 is equal to what? G. A B C F A 0. So what do you have here? 2 I2 is equal to what? 2 I2 is equal to what? You have 1 ampere. I1 is equal to what? 1 ampere. Now you need to find even the current flowing through this 1 ohm resistor. Apply the same rule for loop A, B, C, D, F, A. Okay. Apply the loop rule. Apply loop rule for A, B, C, D, E, F, A. For the loop A, B, C, D, F, A. So what do you have here? A, B minus 2 and no components here. Again, direction measurement from D to E, but current is opposite. So what do you have to take? Plus 1 into I1 minus I2. Again we are moving from plus to minus. So what do you have here? Minus 2 EMF, minus 2. And there is no components, is equal to what? 0. Now minus 2 plus I1 is nothing but 1 ampere. 1 minus I2 minus 2 is equal to what? 0. Now minus 2 minus 4 plus 1 minus 3. Minus 3 minus I2 is equal to what? 0. Then I2 is equal to what you have? minus 3 ampere. Minus 3 ampere. So I1 value is what? 1 ampere. I2 is value what? Minus 3. I2 is equal to minus 3. What does this negative sign represent? Whenever you get negative sign, actually we have taken I2 is in this direction. But that represents what negative means? The direction of the I2 is in this direction, not in that direction. Negative means whatever we have taken, for that it is opposite. The direction of the measurement. So this is what, by using this Kirchhoff's laws, how can you find the currents or potential differences across any portion of the wire? Using this one, we can measure, and not only this one, we can measure the resistance or EMF values also using this Kirchhoff's laws. Is it okay? So just we have discussed about what are Kirchhoff's laws, how to apply these Kirchhoff's laws, junction rule and voltage rule, and again what is junction rule and what is loop rule or voltage rule, and how to apply this voltage rule or loop rule to the circuits involving resistors and cells. But even we have taken, even whatever we have taken in the circuit like this, number of resistors or cells we have, even no need to worry about all those things. Just to apply these Kirchhoff's rules, that's all. Voltage rule or loop rule to apply. Then you can get junction rule and loop rule by using this one. We can calculate, we can resolve, or we can get the currents or resistors or EMFs of the across any points for critical circuits when you have number of resistors. Is it? So based on this one, we will discuss in next class about the Weiston's network and meter bridge.